Hey guys, before I want to give a quick announcement. So today, which is Monday for me, this is a pre-recorded video. So yesterday I made this. If I don't post this week, it is because I'm waking up at 5 a.m. each morning and exhausted because I'm playing tennis. So yeah, anyways, if there's not a video posted on this week or a little bit next week, I am so sorry. It is because I am tired and don't want to stress myself out. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoy. Here it is. With lunch over, Yin makes her way to her sixth and final class, alone. Once entering her math class, Yin realizes there was a sudden mood change. She walked down the aisle of students, all giving her glances, while some were whispering to their friends. You. Inosuke pointed a finger directly at the girl, making her stop. Inosuke jumps out of his seat in the middle section of the class, making everyone notice the commotion. Fight me, right now. Zenitsu claps his hands over Inosuke as he jumps on Inosuke's back. Yin-chan! Zenitsu beams. Why is he being being violently shaken off by Inosuke? What a coincidence that we have the same math class. Let's go, Kenitsu. Inosuke manages to break his mouth free from Zenitsu's hands. That's the dumb girl who ran into me. Zenitsu suddenly slaps the back of Inosuke's head. Inosuke, you fucking dumbass. He screeches. He quickly turns to Yin. Yin, I'm so sorry. He wails. It's okay. Yin waves an awkward dismissive wave, quickly in search of a seat to sit down so no one would notice her. Feeling self-conscious, Yin quickly and quietly takes a seat in the back of the class. That theory was proven wrong when a boy sitting in front of her turns around, putting his arms on her desk as he places his head on his hands. His eyes were dancing fruitaciously. Oh. He had blonde, and his eyes were a strange rainbow color. My, he purrs. Guess Lady Luck is on my side. Yin squints at the blonde in front of her, though she only made it up to episode 22 on the anime and had not read the manga. She had gut feeling that he was one of the demons, one of Muson's. Get your disgusting hands off her desk. Gyu's voice rang from behind Yin, making her turn around to look up. She looks up at Gyu in relief. With him around, this blonde hair wouldn't make any weird remarks, right? Oh, the blonde eyes trailed from Yin up to Gyu, who was standing over her. His eyes darken. And what are you going to do about it, Tokita? Yin could feel the air around the boys getting tense. At this rate, a fight might break out. But Yin is cut off by Obanai intervening and answering, I'll cut them off. Yin looks up to see Obanai's eyes flaring full of resentment. I'd like to see you try, Igaro. The green-haired slowly snickers. He sat on top of the desk in front of the blonde. Will you two knock it off? Shinobu glares at the blonde and green, several seats away from Yin. You're looking pretty as ever. The blonde was cut off by a white punching the top of his head. That's why we can't ever let him be in charge. The white sighs, her eyes falling on Shinobu, then Mitsuri beside her. Oh, Mitsuri, it seems that you were late for cheerleading practice today. I wonder why. For the first time, Mitsuri is seen to have an angered expression, something else other than her usual happy smile. Like I had told the coach, I was busy. Mitsuri's eyes lowered into a piercing glare. Enough about the cheerleading shit. A black-haired yawns. His eyes were blinking sleepily. Let's just beat them up here and now. The pink-haired smiles, joining in the commotion. He sat atop a bookshelf behind Giyu and Obanai. I don't think so, the black hair exclaims from across the room. His eyes were on the pink-haired. For some reason, he was clutching his stomach, yet his face showed no distress. Tengen tisks. His legs and arms were crossed as his seat in the seat behind Kojiro. To think we'd have the least flamboyant class with the least flashiest people? Now, Gomei says from the seat behind Tengen, we can beat them. Whoa, we can beat them after school, like that basketball freak just said. Sanumi joins in. Let's beat them right here and now. But aren't we missing someone? A boy with pink tips chimes in, staring at the door expectantly. At this point, Yin and the remaining students, who were not the Hashira or the Kazuki, were absolutely confused, beyond confusion in fact. Yet, Yin had a sense that their fight or no their difference in the K&N or Demon Slayer universe. The bell rang, however, the teacher was still not in class. Where was he? That was when a certain guy had stepped into the class, making this sense atmosphere even worse. Yin's eyes widened as she knew him. Muzan Kibutsuji. Damn bastard shows his face, Sanmi scoffs. The Hashira's moods changed drastically while the Kazukis were all in respect and admiration for their leader. His eyes looked for every available seat, as it was the first seat. Available seat as it was the first seat Yin's. Everyone is in silence as he walks over to the seat, but a boy in one other of the first rows holds out his foot with an intention of tripping Muzan. With a fast reflection, Muzan swiftly steps over Michiro's leg. Muzan stops. He glares down at Michiro, who was playing a game on his phone. Michiro looks up from his phone and at Muzan, in which he simply says, sorry, you're ugly. Yin and the bystander students all fell out of their seats. This kid is so blunt, the normal students screech. Michiro, what have you done? Yin cries in her head. Now then. The blonde turns and faces Yin once more, reaching out and trailing his hand along the girl's. Oh, what the fuck? The girl's lower lip. Her heart races at such a bold action. Who do you prefer, us? He gestured to the Kizuki and Muzan, or them. The blonde makes a repulsed reaction towards the Hashira. The Hashira scoff. Yin's eyes go large, and her cheeks were red and warm. What is this guy's deal? Giyu is the first to attack as his lungs towards the blonde, grabbing him by the collar and lifting him up. Son of a bitch, Giyu curses. Let me at him. I don't know if I was gonna break out, but sorry. Shinobu pushes up her arm sleeves as she cracks her knuckles. The normal students whip out their phones and begin recording this scene to post it on Kimetsu Gram. I'm guessing that's their Instagram. Using this chance with everyone distracted, Yin slips out of her seat, crawling on all fours to the back exit of the classroom. In the midst of all this, the Hashiras began getting up from their seats as the Kazukis also got up. Oh my god. Fight. The kids recording chanted across the room. I'm not laughing, but Inosuke chuckles, getting up from his seat and making his way to the kibutsu. It's like always kibutsu. Kazuki and Hashira. I'm all right up. I'll be every single one of you up. Inosuke, sit down. Then Nizu hops on top of Inosuke's back, trying to stop the boy from engaging into the fight. I need to get out of here and find someone sane to help. And where do you think you're going? The pink voice rings from the bookshelf as he sits on top of her seat. Sits sitting on behind her seat. Yin slowly turns her head to the pink as her first time seeing him. He had very soft pink hair and yellow eyes. She smiles, with a fake smile. The bathroom? Really? He grins, devishly as he hops down from the bookshelf. He squints down to Yin's level. Why the bathroom right now? Fun's about to start. What do you want me to piss in your mouth or something? Yin mocks with a face. The pink suddenly puts a hand on his chin as he suddenly lost in thought. Yin's jaw drops. Don't tell me you're actually considering that. She screeches. Ha, of course not. He laughs. I was joking. Though that pervert would. He points to the blonde in the headlock by Giyu as Shinobu approaches him maniacally. Using this chance once more, with the pink not looking at her, she quickly crawls out of the open back door, only to bump heads into someone's pair of legs. Yin looks up to see a darkly colored dressed man with long black hair and stubble. Teacher? Yin exclaims, dramatically clinging on the man's pants, making him stop down and look at the girl. Please stop them. They're going to fight. P.S. If you know this anime, oopsies. Their math teacher, none other than Shoto Aizawa, who stares at the group of 3rd and 4th years, who were about to fight. He looks back down at Yin, who still clung onto him. His expression was tired and even dead-like as he turned back to the group of the rowdy kids. Like magic, his eyes glow red as he just simply said, silence. The loud class suddenly goes quiet with their eyes and bodies turned over to their teacher and Yin. You can let go now, Aizawa says, glancing down at Yin. Realizing that all eyes were on her, she quickly lets go, and she gets up and returns to her seat. The students, who quickly and quietly sit down. The blonde, still remains sitting in front of Yin, while to her right sat Giyu. Aizawa makes his way in front of the class, as there were some faint whispers. Isn't that Mr. Aizawa? Isn't he a gym teacher? What's going on here? Are we in math? Yes, we are in math, Aizawa says, leaning against the blackboard at the front of the class, his arms crossed. And yes, I am also the gym teacher. I teach both math and gym at different times. Now, with that aside, what is your name? Aizawa landed on Yin, as everyone else's eyes landed on her too. Me? Yin points to herself. If not you, then that wall behind you. Aizawa rolls his eyes as the class breaks into giggles and chuckles. Sorry, I'm Yin Lin, sir. Yin answers embarrassed. My name's Shoto Aizawa, but you? Students, I'm Mr. Aizawa. Aizawa turns back to the class as he picks up a chalk and writes his name on the board before heading to his desk to write Yin's name on a note for early dismissal. Now, Miss Lin, you're dismissed for today. Yin blinks. Dismissed? You can go home early. There's no need for you here today. Aizawa exclaims. Why, Mr. Aizawa? What about us, sir? Unlike you loud brats, Miss Lin here was trying to look to help. Aizawa covers his right ear at the loud yells of some students. She may be a first year, but she could definitely teach you 3rd and 4th years about some common sense. Yin looks down, her cheeks flushed at Aizawa's words, paired with the stares she received from everyone in the class. Some were friendly and looked nice, while some were not. Ooh, my Yin is quite the good girl. The blonde looks over his shoulder, winking at Yin. Behind him, Yin shivers at the blonde's... Did I say his name? I don't know. The blonde's boldness. He was cute, sure, but his level of confidence and unfrontness was a little too much. Come on, get your note so you can leave. Aizawa waves the note, making some students let an awe wishing they were leaving. Yin grabs her backpack, getting up from her seat, and makes her way to the front of the class. She purposely ignores the blonde's winking and even Mitsuri's waving as she was already too embarrassed to meet anyone eye to eye. Good day, Mr. Aizawa. Ian takes a note bidding goodbye to the math teacher before hesitantly leaving. Once she was gone, Mr. Aizawa lets out a tired sigh before saying, "And all of you, detention." Aww. Outside of Kibetsu High, I had given Aizawa a note to the main office as they had dismissed me, opening the school's gates, allowing me to leave. I walk back home, recalling the note of how, like, the detective, remember guys, I'm calling him T, had driven me to school. I let out a tired sigh from my first day of high school. This was more exhausting than how I remember. I rubbed the back of my sore neck. My thoughts then drifted to everything that had happened earlier today. I wake up in a strange, unfamiliar home, got a letter saying that I'm playing some weird, creepy game. A detective named T believed everything I said. Turns out the high school I'm attending is called Kibetsu High, with KNNY / Demon characters, with also attending as students. I let out another sigh in relief, recalling the hectic day. If I were to tell this to my friends back at college, they'd probably think I need more sleep. I chuckled at my thought of my friends saying that. But why do those two names sound awfully familiar to T and Shoto Aizawa? Did they somehow have a coincidence with demons there, or was it something else? Thinking of all these confusing thoughts made my head hurt as I shake them away. Before I knew it, I was already at home. I stared at the front door. I take the house keys out and slowly unlock the door. With unsettling feeling, as it probably because I'm going to be living in this house alone. Yes. The door creaks open. As I enter, I cautiously close the door behind me as I make my way to the kitchen, where I placed my backpack on the ground beside the counter. My eyes drifted to the letter that titled "Read" from this morning. Thoughts of creepy letters and how its contents were changed from this morning flooded my head. I slowly picked up the letter, and there it read, "This same changed letter. Your favorite uncle. Here comes every once in a month, huh?" I muttered to myself, putting back down the letter. But damn, that's a lot of money. My eyes fall on the large envelope of money on the counter. I wonder what his job is to be making this much money, and to afford such a fancy house like this. That was when the phone started buzzing. Someone had sent me a message. I assumed it was one of the Hashira texting me in the group chat, and they were not paying attention in Aizawa's class. But when I checked the notifications, it said was this unknown ... Chills crawl up my spine as I quickly look up from my phone and around the house for anything or anyone suspicious. Seeing that there was nothing, I pulled a knife out from the knife stand beside the sink. I held it with one hand for defense, yet my hand still shaking intensely. With my other hand holding my phone, I picked up the message with my thumb. Unknown. Congrats, Yen. Congrats, Miss Yen. We are thrilled you have completed your first day of high school. My eyes widen at the unknown texter. It takes a while to send another message. Unknown. I'm sure you've made some friends, as well as some enemies. But let this be a reminder. Yen. Enemies? My breath quickly at the word. I love you, Yen. We love you. And we are doing this just for you, our beloved. The hand with my phone shakes in terror as I quickly snap a screenshot of the message, and that was that. The unknown person stopped texting as I fell to my knees in terror, tears streaming down my face. I held my phone close to my chest. I could feel my heart pounding rapidly. I scrambled over to my backpack with the knife still in hand as I rummaged through the bag in search of one thing that could help me. I unlocked my phone and typed up the phone number. Before pressing call, I held my phone close to my ear, listening to the ring, waiting desperately to hear his voice. Hello, this is Detective T. T, I wailed, tears streaming even more once I've heard his voice. Yin, what's wrong? Where are you? T's voice shouts through the call. I'm scared, T. I shamelessly admit, snot running down my nose. I'm at home and I'm on my way. T cuts me off as there was a sound of running. His voice was low. Do not get off the call, Yin. Get outside of the house first and continue talking to me. Okay, I sniffed, wiping the tears and snot as I get up and slam the front door, then close. Slam the front door open and then close. I dashed to the sidewalk where there was a few passerbyers, but they were either across a sidewalk or the distance or a distance. Where are you, Yin? T asked. His tone was low and stern. Even though I couldn't see his face, I could tell his expression was focused. I'm outside, I answered, slowly calming down as my eyes looked back at the house. Good, I'm almost there, Yin. T tells me. Tell me, do you see anyone suspicious? No, I answer, scanning the surroundings. Okay. T lets out a sigh. There was a brief pause before T spoke again. ... Yin, how was school? School? I repeat, why was T asking me this? I wanted you to not be scared and to keep your mind off of what happened. T explains. You don't have to tell me. I just need to keep talking to you. I paused for a moment, thinking about T's question. ... It was okay, I quickly answer, but it was a lie. Hearing this, T softly says, You can tell me honestly, Yin. My eyes widened, knowing T saw past my lie. Of course he did. He's a detective. My lips form a thin line, debating whether or not I should tell T about what happened in cooking class. T was already going out of his way to come here. He was worried about me, and I didn't want him to become nervous or burden to him. No, I can only tell him about the text. I can't allow him this much. Really? T? It was okay.